and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. You know what? I went into the studio to do the show this morning and it was baking in there. It was like an oven, and I thought, it's a beautiful day today in England. Let me get outside and enjoy this beautiful day. There's a nice breeze blowing, the sun's shining. It was a pretty wet day yesterday over in Moscow, and I thought, you know what, I've got to take this in. It's been beautiful today. So outside doing a show today, of course, as you would have noticed, I'm back in England. Going to be flying back out to Samara tomorrow to take in the England game. England, of course, in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Pinching myself, still can't believe it. And we're going to be over there covering that. But in the meantime, it's all about the transfers, and we are back doing the business in the UK. Now, Arsenal today linked with Goncalo Guedes, who plays for Valencia last season. He was actually there on loan and had a great season for Valencia. I remember watching him in several La Liga games, and he was really, really impressive. Got a great shot on him. Really, really talented and really, really skillful player. And I was really looking forward to seeing him in the World Cup. I thought that he could be potentially one of those players that could emerge in the World Cup as one of the stars. But he was really, really disappointing in the World Cup for Portugal. And of course, Portugal consequently got knocked out. But Guedes himself was very disappointing in that. But I don't think that sort of showed what talent this guy has. He is a really, really good player. And as I said, he's on loan at the moment to Valencia from Paris Saint-Germain. Now, where is he going to be playing his football next season? That's what a lot of people are asking at the moment. And Arsenal have apparently made inquiries as to his availability. Now, I'm looking at it and thinking exactly where would he play, because he did kind of play as a centre forward sort of for a lot of the games that I saw for Valencia. And of course, we've already got Aubameyang, we've got Lacazette. But of course, Guedes also can play out wide as well. So I wouldn't be against the signing of this quality of player. I think he's a very good player, and as I said, I don't think we saw the best of him in the World Cup. But Arsenal making inquiries as to Guedes' availability. It'd be interesting also to see how much he costs. Definitely be 30 million plus, I would have thought. He's still a young guy. He's only 21. But let's see what happens with that one. Guedes linked with Arsenal today. Yesterday I told you about another Portuguese player that has been linked with Arsenal, and that's André Gomes of Barcelona. The rumours are continuing today. Lots of rumours linking him with a move to Arsenal. People even suggesting that Unai Emery is willing to sell players in order to bring André Gomes in. And André Gomes, we're being told, would cost up towards the £30 million mark. Barcelona paid a lot of money for him, and you know, they want to get as much money back as possible for him, even though he hasn't really done the business at Barcelona and didn't even make the Portuguese squad despite being one of their top prospects. So again, this throws up a lot of really interesting things for me, this whole subject of André Gomes. And it's the fact that we're being told, as I said, that if Unai Emery did want to move for him, he's going to have to sell players. And the obvious player that a lot of sort of reports have sort of homed in on is Aaron Ramsey. Now, the guy plays in a similar position to Ramsey, and there's a lot of suggestions that if Ramsey doesn't sign a new contract, André Gomes could be the guy that they're going for as the replacement for Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey, it's thought, would bring in around about £30 million. A lot of suggestions, and I know a lot of people will probably put it in the comments and say he's worth a lot more than that. However, he's only got 1 year left on his deal, and that means that when you've only got 1 year left on your deal, the price, the value of you goes right down. So £30 million, I'd say, would be about top dollar what Arsenal would get for Aaron Ramsey. That's if Ramsey doesn't sign a new contract. The information that I'm receiving from behind the scenes is that negotiations are going pretty well at the moment with Aaron Ramsey, and he probably will sign a new deal. But who knows? I mean, I remember I was told a couple of months ago that Jack Wilshere was definitely going to sign on, and Wilshere's now left the club. So, interesting to see what happens with Ramsey. But as I said, it throws up issues for me as to why Unai Emery would need to sell players to bring in, you know, Andre Gomez or anybody else of that type of value if he wants to get that player. Now, we were told before the transfer window, there was lots of reports out there that Arsenal only had about £50 million to spend in the transfer window. And, you know, there were some people saying, nah, that's rubbish. They got more to spend than that. There's other people saying that's all they got. I have to say, when you look at the spending that Arsenal have done so far and the potential amount of money that they are going to spend, you start to think to yourself, there's a lot of truth in this. Take a look at what we've signed so far. So, Lichtsteiner, free contract. They ain't cost us any money, right? Socrates, who of course we signed a couple of days ago, that's reported to be around about 17.7 million. And of course we signed the goalkeeper, Bernd Leno, that was 19.2 million. So those two deals, around about 36.9 million. That's just a rough estimate how I'm working that out, right? Then there's the potential signing of Lucas Torreira. I think that will happen. You know, if you listen to reports coming out of Uruguay, you listen to his dad. His dad even talking about yesterday how Lucas Torreira is preparing for the scary move to Arsenal and how he's going to have to learn a new language in London, etc., etc. So Lucas Torreira is going to happen. Lucas Torreira will be coming in at Arsenal once Uruguay are knocked out of the World Cup or win it, whichever one it's going to be. Once their World Cup's over, Lucas Torreira will be on his way to London to sign. That's reported to be round about the 24 million mark. So if you added those three deals together, 19.2 million for Bernd Leno, Socrates 17.7 million, Lucas Torreira 24 million, that would come to round about 60.9 million. I'm going to round it up, about 60 million pounds. And now we're hearing that if he wanted to go and get Gomez, Andre Gomez, he'd have to sell someone. And also, with that, you know, 60 million pounds, Arsenal are definitely going to sell a couple of players. You know, they're definitely going to move a couple of players out. I mean, the obvious one is David Ospina. Ospina, for me, looks almost certain that Ospina will be moving on. Fenerbahce seem to be the favourites to sign him. They'll get 10 to 15 million for him. If they got that, that would take the spending, the sort of net spend down to around about 50 million. Right? Also, they may sell Mustafi. Mustafi has been linked with a move away today. Really interesting that it's Juventus, apparently, that are really interested in signing Squadran Mustafi. There are some rumours that Unai Emery may keep him, but he could be on his way out. Now, if they sold Mustafi, we paid 35 million for him. I think we can forget getting 35 million back for him because he had such a poor season. But maybe a 20 million at least for Squadran Mustafi. That then takes your net spend right down to, what would that take it down to? That's 30 million, right? So you start to think to yourself, maybe that sort of 50 million pound mark of what, you know, Unai Emery's got available to spend, there is a lot of truth in that figure, and that gets me annoyed because for me, new manager coming in, give him a proper budget to go out there and get the players he needs. Not that he has to sell this one and move out that one and juggle this and juggle that. He's coming into a new job. Listen, we know we ain't got the unlimited funds of a Man City, or we haven't got the unlimited funds of a Man United. However, this is a big football club. Make available to the new manager the funds he needs to get his players in to build a team that can challenge to win the Premier League. That's what the aim should be. And 50 million pounds net spend, or 50 to 60 million pounds net spend for a club like Arsenal looking to rebuild after a horrific season where we finished 6th and didn't win any trophies, for me, that's simply not good enough. The manager should be getting more money than that. Benjamin Pavard, who was linked to Arsenal, it looks like he's not going to be signing for Arsenal. Lots of reports coming out of Germany today that he's going to be moving from Stuttgart to Bayern Munich. So Pavard looks like he's going to be on his way there. Ever Banega, who's been linked heavily with Arsenal over the past couple of weeks. I said that we would probably find out more about where he goes to after the World Cup, after Argentina are out of the World Cup. They are out, and the reports coming out of Spain from Marca is that Sevilla are very relaxed on it, and that Banega has told them that he wants to stay at Sevilla and doesn't want to move. So it looks like Banega will be staying at Sevilla. And Jack Wilshere, in talks yesterday with West Ham. He's no longer an Arsenal player, of course. He even put out a tweet or Instagram message the other day saying that for the first time in 17 years, it feels weird not to be, you know, an Arsenal player. He's trying to get a new deal at the moment, and he's currently in talks with West Ham. Looks like the most likely destination for him. So listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget to tune in again tomorrow. As I said, weekend, we're back for the World Cup. We're covering the World Cup right through to its conclusion. Thanks for everybody who's been watching and all the really positive comments on all of the content that we've been providing for you guys throughout the World Cup. It's been really, really enjoyable. Thanks for watching the show, and we'll be back tomorrow.